Good afternoon, everyone. We will be streaming the Administrative and Operations Committee meeting on Facebook and YouTube. And I'm going to turn it over to Chairman Maldonado.
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the meeting of the Administrative Operation Committee of the Public Building Commission of Chicago being held today, February 3rd, 2021 at 1 p.m. Due to COVID-19, an in-person meeting is not prudent or practical. Today's meeting is being conducted by video conference and is being live streamed on the PBC's YouTube and Facebook accounts. You can access this information on the agency's website at pbcchicago.com. Director Sanchez, please call the roll.
Thank you, Chairman Maldonado. Good afternoon, Commissioners. It's great to see everyone today, and thank you for participating in our virtual AO committee meeting. I want to provide a reminder as we begin our meeting to please keep your microphones muted when you are not speaking. But for right now, please have your microphone unmuted as I call the roll. Chairman Maldonado.
Here.
Commissioner Randall.
Here.
Commissioner Camargo.
Here.
Chairman Maldonado, we have a quorum.
Thank you, Director Sanchez. The first item on the agenda is approval of the minutes from the November 23rd, 2020 committee meeting. Do I have a motion?
Move to approve.
Second.
Motion approved. The next item on the agenda is public participation in accordance with the Open Meetings Act. Registered speakers will be allowed to 2 minutes to provide comments and will join the meeting remotely.
Chairman, we have no registered speakers.
Thank you. The next item on the agenda is report by Executive Director Karina Sanchez.
Good afternoon, everyone, again. The PBC invited 34 Class A and Class B general contractors to bid on the contract for the salt dome replacement facility, which is located at 2555 West Grand Avenue. The project includes a new salt dome and site improvements to the existing salt dome storage and distribution site. As you all remember, we took this undertaking to the board in December 17th of 2019 for an undertaking amount of $12 million. Today, we hosted a virtual pre-bid and technical review. Today, we opened up bids. Bids were received earlier today around 11 o'clock in the morning. We were done reviewing those bids around noon. And right now, the team is working towards a recommendation for the February 9th board meeting. I did want to inform you that we did receive a total of 7 bids, and we will be having a pre-award meeting with the lowest responsible bidder. And again, we'll provide a recommendation for our February 9th board meeting. That is all that I have, Chairman.
Thank you, Director Sanchez. Is there a motion to accept the report provided by the Executive Director?
So moved.
Second.
The report is accepted. The next item on the agenda is report by Chief of Staff Lori Lipson.
Good afternoon. I have 4 task orders to report on this month. 1 for environmental rental demo, 2 for surveyor services, and 1 for environmental engineering services. The first one is for the Belmont Cragen Replacement School. It's for environmental rental and demo services for Terracom, which is an MBE WBE firm, in the amount of $107,628. The next one is for Engine Company 115. It's for surveying services to Terra Engineering, who is a WBE, in the amount of $6,805. The next surveying task order is for Phillips Academy High School for Weaver Consulting Group in the amount of $36,820. And the last task order to report is also for Phillips High School for environmental engineering services to Wood Environment Infrastructure in the amount of $118,799.89. My next report for this month are task order issued to AOR and EOR firms. I have 3 to report on this month. The first one is for Legler Library for Ratio Architects in the amount of $810. The next one is again for the Belmont Cragen Replacement School to SMNGA in the amount of $2,048,264. And that's for them to complete the architect of record services for the building construction and the site development. My last report on task orders is for the Mount Greenwood Elementary School Annex 2, and it's for EC Purdy, which is an MBE WBE firm, in the amount of $38,450. That completes my report this month. Any questions?
No.
Thank you, Ms. Lipson. Is there a motion to accept the reports provided by the Chief of Staff?
So moved.
Second.
The reports are accepted. The next item on the agenda is report by Chief Development Officer Ray Gitteroff.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chairman. Good afternoon, Commissioners. My first report is regarding our field order activity report. This past period, we approved 19 PCOs to issue those 19 field orders, a total of 5 projects. Of those 5 projects, 4 were schools, 1 was a municipal project, and the Legler Branch Library project. There are 4 field orders that exceed our reporting threshold. So, Mr. Chairman, I will focus on those 4 field orders. The first field order is for the Corliss High School project, in which the client requested that we perform additional prime and preparation and painting of that existing gymnasium. The total estimated value for that work is $34,902.50. That work was not previously specified in the contract documents. It was a request made by the school. The work is complete and the gymnasium looks fabulous. The next project that exceeds our reporting threshold is the Poe Classical School Annex and Renovation Project. It is our field order number 31. This is to provide a local sound system and infrastructure for the dining room as required by the contract documents. This is being alleged as an error and omission on the architect. The total estimated value is $26,355.06. The next project is the McDade Classical Elementary School. This was an item requested by our client. Previously, as we coordinate our work with our client, who's been extremely cooperative and patient regarding this project, there was furniture, specifically computer tables, that were procured that didn't include provisions for powering them. This field order allows us to go ahead and provide the power and data to those tables. This work has already been completed in time for when the kids return for their testing last week. The last field order that exceeds our reporting threshold is for the Reed Dunning School project. This was to remove the specified and installed lawn seating and replace with compacted gravel and decorative stone along the northern private driveway of the project site. If you recall, the Public Building Commission also developed a Reed Dunning salt dome that's adjacent to the school. And as a lesson learned, the salt from that salt dome created a little bit of a runoff into that area, which then impacted and affected the landscaping and trees. And this allows us to go ahead and remove and replace the lawn seating with the appropriate fill material to allow for drainage and without impacting the landscaping. In addition to that, of course, there were approximately 10 trees that required replacement. So that work is also specified in this field order, and then relocating them to the other side of the project away from the salt runoff from the salt dome. The estimated value for this field order is $64,009. That concludes my report for field orders. Are there any questions? Okay, Mr. Chairman, may I move on to the change order report?
Yes, please.
All right, thank you. There are a total of 6 projects that are included in the report. They are all school projects. The first project is the Lincoln Park High School renovation project. This is a closeout change order, the last of our change orders, which includes liquidated damages associated with the compliance goals for a total final credit amount of $5,023.87. The next project is the Ebinger Elementary School Annex and renovations. This is a closeout change order to deduct the commission's unused contingency and a final total credit amount of $6,418.77. The third project is the Reed Dunning School. This is also a deduct closeout change order for deducting the unused site work allowance in a final credit amount of $10,607. The fourth project is the Mount Greenwood Elementary School Annex project. There are 3 items listed in this change order. They are all closeout change orders. The first one is the deduction of the moisture mitigation allowance in a final credit amount of $119,943.90. The second item is to deduct the unused CCTV allowance in a final credit amount of $40,257.24. And the third item listed on the change order is the deduction of the unused site work allowance in a final credit amount of $140,548.70. The fifth project listed in our change order report is for the Pressing Elementary School Annex and renovations. This change order was regarding the furnishing and installation of electric door hold opens at the dining room. This is an add of a final amount of $6,872.95. And then the last project for today's change order report is the Esmond Elementary School Annex and renovation project. This was for the procurement and installation of framing and new composite wall panels in the final add amount of $21,756.14. Commissioner, that concludes my reports for field orders and change orders. Are there any questions?
No.
Thank you, Mr. Gooderoff. Is there a motion to accept the reports provided by the Chief Development Officer?
So moved.
Second.
The reports are accepted. Is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
Thank you. The meeting is adjourned.
Thank you
Thank you.
for joining the Administrative and Operations Committee meeting held on February 3rd, 2021.